What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the R.A.G, the Reviving a Generation podcast. It's your boy, Joshua St. Clair Minor. Let's get it.
What's good, everybody? How we doing? Hey, happy Friday, wherever you at. You might be, I don't know, going to the store. You could be heading to school. You could be coming home from school. You could be going into work. You could be whatever you're doing. Happy Friday. Hey, I'm excited for this pod. I ain't got nothing planned, so it's all about to be straight off the dome. I got some spit on my lip, bro. It's all about to be straight off the dome, bro. We about to just have fun. You feel me? I ain't got too much on my heart. But, well, I do have things on my heart, just not for y'all. I don't. That sounds so bad. They make it sound like I hate y'all. I love y'all, actually. I really love y'all. I want to see y'all win. You feel me? I want to see y'all walk in y'all purpose, do y'all best. You feel me? So, listen. Some new developments. My little sister, y'all, she won the 8th grade. Well, her team won. She didn't win it. They won the 8th grade basketball championship. Woo, let's go, sis. Come on. Y'all give my little sister a hand, man. Listen, if y'all know me, y'all know I was a baller back in the day. Back in my day, I was a baller. I'm telling you. I was good at football. I was okay at basketball. I ain't even going to try to hype myself up. Some would say I was good. I was decent. Like, I wasn't all that. I wasn't like, it was definitely guys better than me. But the thing I loved about my basketball team, we did different things well. Like, I think I was probably one of the best defenders on our team, if not the best. And also, probably the best. I don't want to say the best shooter because I think we were like tick for tack. We could all really shoot. I remember in practice, we was going against varsity and we were like 9th graders, right? And we was coming in, or we was 10th graders, I don't remember. But we had already played together. And man, we was coming in, we was not scared of them boys. I'm talking about we taking it to the rack. I took it to the rack on one of the tall dudes, laid it up, like put my arm out there. And then one time, my homeboy passed it to me like on the volleyball line. I just pulled up. Nobody expected us to beat. Oh, am I clipping? Oh, am I clipping? Yeah. No. Okay. I didn't know if I was clipping. I looked at my computer, y'all, and it looked like I was clipping or something. But he passed it to me, pulled up on the volleyball line, and one of the varsity guys' face, pow, smacked that thing. I'm talking about straight up, just ripped the net. I'm talking about. So I was decent. I wasn't like good. Definitely wasn't good enough to go to college. I thought I was. I thought I was good enough to go to the league, but I'm glad, the Lord squashed that dream. I'm glad squashed that dream early because I would have been heartbroken. You feel me? But my little sister won the championship, and she just now starting to get into like lessons and stuff. And practices and like, what do you call it? Drill, training. That's what you call it. I don't know why my mind went blank. Excuse me. My throat is dry. But she's just now starting to get into drills and all that stuff. So she ain't even all that. But in the semifinals, my mama told me, she was like, yeah, your sister had 10 points, like 5 rebounds, 3. I'm like, oh, snap. That's good. Like, for middle school, the quarters only be like 30 seconds. I'm just playing. But they do be short, bro. And even in high school. But in high school, I didn't play football in high school. I think I told y'all that. I don't know if I did tell y'all that. I played football in middle school, and I used to do drills with my little sister's dad and her brothers all the time. And then I grew up doing drills, and I didn't even know it. Like, I was living in a country, and so, like, it's trees everywhere. The grass is sometimes high. So I would just get a football or throw it to myself and be like, and just like, and kind of track it. But I didn't know that I was like building wide receiver skills. And then I would like juke the little plants. Y'all know the little plants? Okay. Y'all know the little plants that be like, it stick up and then it got the little black things on it and it be like this. It'd be like that right there. That I used to juke those. I used to just be like, come here, boy. Come here, And I used to juke them, and that was preparing me. I was really good at football, I think. I could have went to college for football, but my mom made me choose academics, as I think I told y'all. But so I had to pick up basketball because I wanted to keep playing sports. I wasn't about to let my athleticism go to waste. Chose basketball, man. I only had one 20-point game, and I think after that, my next best game was like 16. I think I scored like 12 a couple times. I wasn't all that, y'all, but I played with some really good guys. I loved my high school friends. If y'all watching this, any of my high school people, we ain't talked in a couple years. Hit me up, please. I don't know if I got the different number or the same number. Just hit me up on Instagram or something. But yeah, man, like we used to hoop, and those were my guys, man. Like we were turned all the time, and now I see those guys. They're doing good for themselves. But you miss high school, and you just be like, bro, that was so fun. We had so much fun. We didn't have a care in the world, bro. It was so lit. My 20-point game, I just got hot. Like, I don't know how it happened, but I had 4 points in the first half. It was in 9th grade. I had 4 points in the first half. And, bruh, I was just hot. I think I had like 20 and 4 assists or something like that. I don't even remember. I don't want to lie. My boys might be watching this. They be like, bro, Josh, you lying, bro. But I know I had either 20 or very close to 20, like around 18, 19, 20-ish. And I'm just playing, y'all. But, man, I was so hot, y'all. Like, I had and one after and one after and one. And so we came back from behind. I think we came back like 14 points. I don't know. We was down 10. We was down some. We was getting blew out, and I just got hot, bro. I was playing defense, too. I got hot. And the hottest moment of that whole game, so I came around the volleyball line, right? Somebody set a screen for me, and I caught it off the screen. All my ladies, I'm so sorry. Y'all came here for something deep. Y'all came to hear, the Bible probably, and a lot of other stuff. And we gonna get into that, maybe. But I'm sorry. I gotta talk to my guys for a minute. But so I come across, so I'm hot. I pass it to my boy. We about to run a play, I guess. He passed it back. I come off of him and at the volleyball line. And if you know like a basketball court, the volleyball line is deep. Like that ain't no regular 3-pointer. That's deep. Bro, I caught the ball off the volleyball line. Shoo! I'm talking about just popped that thing with 2 people in my face. Like, I was feeling it. I didn't care. I don't know what got into me. That was just like, I don't know what it was. I just popped that thing. And foul. 3. Boy, if they would have had like NBA celebrations, Joshua Minor. Or something like 3. Boy, I was so hot. I'm talking about, I was like, y'all can't guard me. Y'all can't guard me. It was so funny. Imagine 9th grade me screaming to the top of my lungs. I can't remember. I said when I got an N1, I was like, shake them off. Shake them off. I didn't say shake them off. I think I said shake them N-words off or something like that. But I was like, shake them off. Shake them off. Shake them off. And it was so lame and corny now that I think about it. But I was lit, bro. I was lit. I hadn't played basketball since my college days. I was cool in college too, but I was getting to work smooth. I was smooth with it. Like for as short as I was, I shouldn't have been able to do what I could do. Like I could drive to the rim at any time I wanted, like big, small. But I'm not short and stocky, but like as I told y'all, I worked to get strong and buff because the deficiencies in my life. I was like, ain't nobody about to talk down on me or try to get down on me. So I was like, hey, I'm about to get strong. And so I did. Lo and behold, it created a monster. On and off the court. But yeah, man, bring it back to my little sis, congrats to my little sis, man. I'm so proud of you. And she will not take a civilized photo. I could not get her to take a civilized photo to save her life. Like, well, I didn't ask her, but they won, and I was like, "Hey, you got any pictures?" Because I wanted to post it. And she was like, "Yeah." And so she sent them to me, and they all like, "What's up with like little teenagers?" And my sister's 13, by the way. She's about to be 14 on February 11th. Happy birthday to my little sis. It's probably already gonna be February 11th when y'all hear this. So it's gonna be my little sister's birthday when y'all hear this pod. I'll be recording in advance. But excuse me. Yeah, she taking pictures and she like I'm talking about just doing all type of weird poses. Nothing with the trophies in her hand. And I can't see nothing of her face. I'm just like, bro, what am I going to do with this? I ain't about to post this crazy junk, bro. I said a word, and I'm going to edit it out. But I heard it's offensive now. But I didn't know that because I grew up saying it in the South all the time. You could put 2 and 2 together. So if you just saw edit, that's why. That's why I praise. All right, I'm playing too much, man. How y'all doing today? Hope y'all doing good. It's been a very eventful week. This week, youth night. So I'm a youth worship leader, director, pastor. I don't know. I do youth worship. I do like our adult worship too. I lead a campus for worship as well. But this youth night, man, it was just amazing, and I was so proud of the team. Like, we put in work, bro. It's like we reaped the harvest that night, man. It was crazy. Just seeing a seed that, I couldn't have seen that was being sown. And I just had to thank them and just tell them how proud of them I am, of just the growth that I've seen. Like the night was powerful, y'all, just all across the board, not even just worship, but it was good, man. And I want to talk about this. Let's get deep for a second. Let's talk about no wasted seasons. I had that idea for another podcast, but I'm going to just talk about it today. So as I was talking about my youth team, it just popped up in my head, and it reminded me of a season that I was going through where, it felt like things that I was doing was wasted. I felt like that in a lot of seasons of life, in like when I was young, when I was little, like, and my mom would make me sit in church for hours and hours. And you're just like, bruh, this don't make no sense. Why I gotta do this? Like, why we gotta sit up in church all day? You feel me? But doing that, like, also getting to my teenage years, like, I always thought homework was pointless. I always thought, like, bro, they making us do this for no reason. We ain't learning nothing. Like, what I need to know the Pythagorean theorem for? I'm not gonna use that unless I decide I want to be, a construction worker, or why I need the chemistry is different. You probably need to know a little bit of chemistry and English, but like all that math stuff, I was like, bro, I don't need to know all this. Like calculus, bro. I'm convinced. I was like, yo, when? But the smartest people need a lot of people use calculus. And so I feel like school basically, I used to have this idea that school trains us to just go and work for somebody and basically be like, just to settle into our lives and become complacent with where we are and just sitting there even if we don't like it. And I think a little bit of that is true. But I also think that school was very valuable to me. Even though I didn't want to sit in my English class, I be knowing words. Like, I just be knowing how to say stuff. I be knowing how to do stuff. I mean, on the pod, like, I'm a little laid back, but I know how to talk. I can write good. Like, I know good English. People be asking me, like, is this right? And I be like, bro, how do I know this? Or I say a word and I be like, bro, where did that even come from? But that came from something that I thought was wasted. It came from a season that I thought was wasted. Doing all that work, remembering all them vocabulary words, writing all those essays about random books. I remember we read The Scarlet Letter. Bro, I thought that was the most pointless book ever. It was good when we were reading it, but I was like, bro, what we got to read this for? Man, looking back on the Scarlet Letter, it reminds me of like a lot of church hurt, a lot of things that people who get church hurt go through, but also just like our ability as a society to cast somebody out because of a mistake or because of like a specific identity or a specific scarlet letter, if you will, like things that we cancel people these days for things, and I thought that was a pointless book, but that book had a lot of meaning to it. And as I grew up, like, and I knew that in the 10th grade, but as I think about it now, I'm just like, bro, that is crazy. Like, I see that now, and now we live in a cancel culture, and we live in a culture of people who lie, who deceive. It's crazy. But that book is really good. I'm actually probably gonna buy that book again and reread it. I don't remember everything that happened in it, but it was good. But looking back, I see that there's no wasted seasons. Like growing up playing basketball or playing football, like you train and you work so hard towards a thing. Like majority of the sports world feels like this because it's only like a very small percentage that makes it to the league ever, right? To whatever league you want to say. It's only a very small percentage. It's only a very small percentage of musicians who actually make it. It's a small percentage of podcasters who might, have their podcast doing well. It's a small percentage. It's just a small percentage of a lot of things that go on in the world. However, even though it may feel like you're putting so much work in towards something and nothing is happening, that season isn't wasted. I don't know how the football and the basketball turn paying out for me yet, but I know it's going to do something. I think, and maybe it's something underlying in my subconscious that it did for me that I didn't know, like perhaps discipline or hard work, never give up, learning how to take a L and bounce back. Like those are all things that I did well, and I think that I do well, and I think that's attributed not only to my testimony and things that I've been through and experiences, but also sports. Like you got to grind in sports. You got in music. Like you got to grind in music. Like, and it's easy to see the comparison game. Like in sports, like I said, I wasn't the best on the court, but I sure wasn't about to let the best dog me out. You feel me? Like when the best on the opposite, I took that responsibility. I could show y'all a picture. If the best on the court is on the opposite side, like I'm guarding him. No ifs, ands, or buts. I ain't scared. If I get dead in, I just get dead in. But I'm going to do him in on the other end if I get a chance, you feel me? Or I'm going to lock him down the next time. So that's just how I see it, man. Those seasons weren't wasted, and I still live with that mindset. Like, if I get knocked down, I'm getting up again, and I'm fighting. I'm coming back harder, bro. You might cross me up this time, but you ain't doing it again. So ain't no season wasted. And I came across and there's so many seasons that may feel like it's wasted. Like, man, this is pointless. I ain't doing nothing. Like school, some of you teenagers might be in school. You might be like, bruh, what am I doing? Or even you might be going to church and you may feel that church is lame. But the Bible tells us and tells our parents and instructs our parents, like when we have kids, it says, train a child in the way they should go and they will never depart from it. And so my mama did that. She took me to church. She might have not known that she could have thought it was wasted. Like when I'm out here partying, like struggling in addiction, like with these girls or whatever, and all this crazy stuff I was doing, listening to crazy music, like in her house, like all the stuff I was doing in that period. She was like, Lord, she could have been like, Lord, is it wasted? But look at me now, like it's not. It wasn't wasted. And so whatever season you in, it's not wasted. I want to go to some because I actually wrote some stuff down about this somewhere. I'm going to find it real quick. Y'all like that, don't you? I know it. Where is it? Oh. I remember I was going through this season. I was journaling some stuff. And a pastor said at a church, He said, time spent with Jesus is supposed to produce something. Yo, the people that live above me, bruh, they just start playing loud, random music at random times, bro. It'd be so irritating sometimes. I think they stay right there. I might confront them one day. Who knows? Y'all on the pod to hear it. I don't think y'all can hear it though, so I'm gonna keep talking. But yeah, time spent with Jesus is supposed to produce something. And so like I remember in the beginning stages of my Christianity, like it felt a lot of things felt pointless, but the more time I spent with Jesus, the more devoted I became to Jesus. And like it's just like a friendship. You notice the people that you spend the most time with are the people you become closest with. Like me and my fiance, we started out as friends, but we got to spend a lot of time together. And then like it was that one moment. All it took was that one moment of seeing her give away her shoes to an orphan child, and to make me fall in love, because it was already so much built up equity there. Like it was already I already had so much love for her, but then that just threw it over the top and made me fall in love with her. So I had love for her, but then I fell in the love that I had. Feel it? You get it? But I fell in that joint. And so time with Jesus, time is gonna produce something. I hear all the time when it pertains to my singing, because I take voice lessons, like any effort you put towards a thing is going to add and be multiplied. So you may not feel like it is, but it is in some way. Any work you put in, anything you do, is gonna pay off in some way, somewhere. It's either gonna work on you or it's gonna work in you. Like it's gonna do that too. It's either gonna work on you, in you, or it's gonna work for you. So ain't no season wasted, bruh. Ain't no season wasted. Another thing I wrote down, I said, sometimes God doesn't change your situation because he's trying to change your heart. Ugh. That's facts, though. It's facts. Like, even now sometimes, like, I be in things and I be like, Lord, change this. But it's not that situation or that thing that needed to change. It was my heart that needed to check. I'll tell y'all an instance. Like, somebody was, and they didn't do any offense to me, but I needed something from somebody, and I felt like they was taking too long to get it to me. But I'm like my patience is like, God's still working on my patience. I used to be very patient. Somewhere along the line, like somebody probably broke my heart and at some time, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm turning into a menace. But like my patience was wearing thin with this person, and so I get to a point where I feel like I want to show them the least amount of grace as possible. I'd be want to be like, what you doing, bro? Like, I asked you for this like 37,000 times, and I knew I was wrong in how I was feeling, but I couldn't help how I was feeling. I was just like, bro, I know this is wrong. Like, I just need help. And so I was reading the Bible in Proverbs. I can't remember which chapter it was, but it said, hatred stirs up conflict, but love covers all offense. And I was like, and then I just felt the Lord impress on my heart, like, who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person that stirs up conflict, or do you want to be the person that covers all offense? And so I was like, I want to be the person that loves and covers all offense. Like, it's a story in the Bible, I think Genesis chapter, it's wherever Noah is. It's in Genesis. I want to say either chapter 20 or something like that. In Genesis chapter 20, I think, I don't want to lie to y'all. Hey, look it up for yourself. But after Noah's Ark happened, they get off the boat. Noah starts cultivating the land like he's supposed to, and he plants a vineyard, right? And so he's growing like grapes to make wine. And one day, Noah only jacked up. The Bible only tells us that Noah jacked up one time when he got drunk, right? So he got drunk and he was in his tent naked. Technically, like, if you in your own house, you ain't violating nobody. But his son, Ham, yeah, that's his name. His son Ham walks in the tent and he finds his dad like drunk, asleep, and naked. And so he goes out and tells his brothers, and his brothers have a different response. They walk in backwards and they cover their dad with a sheet. And it taught me, like, we have to cover people in offense. Like, love has to cover all offense. And so, and then Noah wakes up and finds out what Ham did, and he went and told his brother. So Noah cursed him, and cursed his son, and he didn't bless him, and he didn't bless Ham, but he blessed Shem and Japheth, which were his other two sons, who covered him. And what that taught me was, when you cover people and when you love people in offense, like if they offend you, even if they offend you, or you just want to be a gossip. For my ladies, like, it's y'all like the gossip. It's just real. Sometimes guys don't really get into that too much. Like, we don't like drama a whole lot. Some guys do. But y'all ladies, man, y'all know y'all like to twist some words and say stuff that one said, and y'all like playing telephone. Y'all know what y'all like to do, bro. Y'all ain't slick. We know we already know what it is over here. We know what it is. But do you want to be a person that stir hatred? Like, it didn't, like, yes, and I think the Proverbs tells us how a big mouth, stirs conflict as well. But, like, hatred stirs conflict, but love covers offense. And so love don't talk about people. Love is patient. Love is kind. All that stuff. You feel me? But the principle that I learned here was I had to cover that person in love and look beyond my own offense, because that's where my blessing lies. My blessing lies in me covering that person, and not me going to, and you could say, oh, he went to his brothers to go tell them to help. Nah, bruh. He could have covered his dad himself, and that story probably wouldn't even be in the Bible. Like, but he chose to go stir up conflict. And so now his son was cursed. And if you read the Bible, you'll see, like, he had more sons that weren't cursed, but that son was cursed. And it's a whole deep thing. So go study it for yourself. But if he had just covered him, he would have had a blessing. But he chose to not cover him. He chose to stir up conflict. And so thank God, sometimes God doesn't change your season because he wants to change your heart. And so in a season where, like, sometimes I'm sitting in something that I'm ready to get out of, but I'm still carrying an offensive spirit in my own heart, like, and I'm ready to not have grace for people. I'm ready to just go off on people, and my patience is wearing thin. But where God is taking me, I need patience. Where God is taking me, I need to cover people's offenses and love. I need to be quick to forgive, slow to anger. And so while I'm wanting him to switch my season, all along he's saying, yo, I got to do something in you. I got to get this out of you. And that's what this season has been. Like, this season of my life, he has been working things out of me. He's been revealing things to me and working things out of me. And it's been fun, man. Like, it ain't all been pretty, for sure, because it's been some moments where I'm like, God, I'm messed up, man. I'm a messed up sucker, bro. I'm messed up, God. But, like, and there's so many layers to it. Every time you feel like you're good, you just find another layer of brokenness, and you just like, bro, it's so deep. Like, it's so deep. But none of that is wasted. None of that is wasted. Like, I think about Joseph in the Bible, also in Genesis. And Joseph, and if you don't know, Joseph had 12 brothers. He was like the golden child of all his 12 brothers. And it was 12 of them. He had 11 brothers, and he had a 12th brother later. But they were all jealous of him, and so they conspired to get rid of him. And they faked his death, blah, 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 sold him into slavery. And his dad really loved him. But now he's sold into slavery. He's gone. And so he goes through this series of events where a lot of unnecessary stuff just keeps happening to him. He has the favor of God on him, but so he's blessed. Every time he's in a place, he gets sold into slavery, and then he rises to the top in that slavery rank. Like he's just like he's an automatic leader. And then the next thing you know, this random dude, his slave master wife trying to get with him, and like he walks in integrity and character, and he's like, nah, I can't even do it. And he don't tell us if his wife looked good or not. It just know my boy Joseph was. We just know my boy Joseph was in that situation to where like some could have went down, but he chose to walk in integrity, and he ran. That boy said no, did the dash, but then like she flipped the script on him, and boom, my boy was down bad. You feel me? And so he got kicked out, went to jail, and so then this baker and this cupbearer, like they're in jail with him, and so he rises to prominence in the jail as well. And so he rises to prominence. He's a leader in the jail. He got favor with the jailhouse keepers, with the prison guards or whatever. And the Pharaoh, because it's in Egypt, Pharaoh has a dream, and no, Joseph has a dream about the two guys. So it's like a baker and then a cupbearer. And so he had a dream that the baker was gonna die and the cupbearer was gonna live, basically. And so the cupbearer lives. He gets out of jail, and Joseph's like, "Hey, bro, remember me, bro. When you make it, if you ever need anything, bro, let me know." And so the cupbearer's like, "Yeah, bro, I got you, bro, I got you." And man, that boy straight up forgot about Joseph, y'all. He straight up forgot about him. Ain't help him nothing. So that season that Joseph was just sitting there, that season he's like, "Bro, I done help this man. I done help these guys interpret their dream, and they just got me out. They just left me. He just left me in jail. The baker was dead, but the cupbearer just left me in jail, bro. He wrong for that." And Joseph could have been like, "Man, this is a wasted season." But the Lord brought him into something else where Pharaoh had a dream and nobody could interpret it. And then all of a sudden the cupbearer was like, "Hey, it's this guy that was in jail with me. He could interpret dreams. I bet he can help you out." Joseph interprets the dream. Next thing you know, Joseph is in second in command. But second in command of all of Egypt. And if you know Egypt back then was like powerhouse. So Pharaoh, Joseph. So like that man went from his brother selling him into slavery to now he's basically like a prince. How he do that? God. Only way, bro. Only way that can happen. Unless you assassinate somebody. But that's probably that's the only two options. That's the only two options. But and it's so crazy because no season is wasted. God don't stop there. So then his brothers, a famine hits that Joseph predicted, and the land is famine all throughout the land. And so his brothers come begging for food from Joseph. Y'all, a lot of y'all already know this story, but it's just wild. Just think about it. How ironic is that? Like, they sell you into slavery, and then they come ask you for food. But here's the kicker. They didn't even recognize my boy. They probably thought he was dead. He recognized them, and so he tried to hardball him a little bit. But, like, he recognized them, but they didn't recognize him. And he saw that they had another brother named Benjamin, and he was younger, and he was like the 12th brother to kind of fill in Joseph's spot, and now he was the golden child. But, like, at the end of the day, Joseph was reconciled with his family, and what he said, what you meant for evil, you intended it for evil. You intended all of this that happened to me. And this is how Satan works too, y'all. You intended all of this that happened to me, all of this that you did to me, throwing me into slavery. You don't know the half of what I've been through. And some of you can say, "Joshua, you don't know the half of what I've been through." And it all feels pointless. Like, I struggle with addiction, man. Like, I grew up in an abusive household, bro. Like, I feel hopeless right now. I feel lost right now. I feel all of this feels wasted. I feel like I wasted my life, man. I went to college for 4 years, and I ain't getting nothing out of it but a low-paying job and something that makes me miserable, or like I don't feel like I have any purpose. Y'all, no season is wasted. And that's exactly what the enemy wants you to think. Every time you go through something. And what Joseph said, I want us to have this mindset. You intended it for evil, but God intended it for good. If Joseph hadn't went through what he went through, he would have never been able to help his family. He wouldn't be in the position to help basically the whole nation of Israel get into Egypt. That's how God works, man. Sometimes God takes us through the mud and the mire because he's either stripping things off of us. And what he had to strip off of Joseph was pride. That boy was so prideful. He told his brothers, I had a dream. It's Black History. I had a dream that one day y'all are all going to bow to me. Man, if I was his brother, I would have said, boy, you got me messed up. Boy, who about to bow to you? Nobody. You feel me? No, I'm not about to bother you, bro. But I probably wouldn't have sold him into slavery and beat him up, but that's what they did. Hey. So my boy was prideful. And so God taking him through all that was stripping him of his pride. When you go from prize child, you got the coat of many colors, like you got everything. And then you go to like being a slave. Yo, if that ain't humbling, I don't know what is. Then you go from being a slave to being in jail. And this has happened to you in the span of like years. Like, I don't know exactly how long it was for him, but I think it was more than 10 years, y'all. More than 10, probably 20. I don't remember how long. But it was a good grip. And so God was not only preparing him to help his family in all that, and what may have seemed like a wasted season to him, like, bro, my life is just pointless right now, bro. Like, I have these dreams that I can interpret, but this ain't going well for me, bro. This ain't going well. This sucks. Like, not only that was happening, but God was taking him through a process that was refining his character. Like, and some of us are in that process. I believe I'm in that process where God is refining my character. Because I'm 20, y'all. I got a long way to go. Like, I ain't gonna say I know I don't got everything figured out. And some people that might listen to this might think like some stuff I say is stupid because they may have a lot more figured out than I do. And that's totally fine. That's totally okay. However, like, some of us, we're all in the same season. Some of us are, whatever. You feel me? And so God is refining our character. And so that means nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. I want to find a scripture. Bro, my neighbors up there having a party right now. It's like disco music or EDM music. It's like doop 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 doop. Like, bro, jeez, bro. All right, let me read y'all this. This is Romans 8:28, the Message version, and it says, "Meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, God's Spirit is right alongside us, helping us all along. If we don't know how or what to pray, it doesn't matter. He does our praying in us and for us, making prayer of our wordless sighs, our aching groans." That means a totally different thing than what this just said, so look it up. He knows us far better than we can know ourselves. Knows our pregnant condition. Ooh, that's good. I'm going to read that again because that was good. He knows us far better than we know ourselves. Knows our pregnant condition and keeps us present before God. That's why we can be so sure that in every detail in our lives of love for God is worked into something good. I'm going to reread that because that I didn't read that good enough. I ain't even going to cap. All right. Let me read it one more time. Romans 8:28. It says, "Meanwhile, the moment we get tired in the waiting, God's Spirit is right alongside, helping us all along. If we don't know how or what to pray, it doesn't matter. He does our praying in and for us, making prayer out of our wordless sighs and aching groans. He knows us far better than we know ourselves, knows our pregnant condition, and keeps us present before God. That's why we can be so sure that in every that's why am I keep choking on this scripture, bro? That's why we can be so sure that every detail in our lives of love for God is worked into something good. Every detail of our lives, y'all. Nothing's wasted. Ain't none wasted, man. Nothing's wasted. So whatever you might be going through today, cheer up. It ain't wasted. It ain't going straight to the dump. You feel me? Unless you let it. So, happy Friday, happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever day you listening to this. If you're new, if you're old, I love y'all. Y'all have an amazing day. Peace.